Now, you know, me and the word quick or brief is almost always disingenuous because once I get going, a lot of times I get going. But my intention was to make this a brief video, primarily to say thank you to Oshay Duke Jackson, who's the editor in chief of the Negro Manosphere, which is a website that I've been writing for. I've been a columnist on that site since December of 2016. And it's an up and coming website really for any heterosexual man. It's not limited to black men, but its primary demographic is for men of African descent, whether that be African Americans here in the United States or black men abroad internationally. And I give major kudos for the outstanding work ethic that Oshay Duke Jackson has displayed since I've known him. The guy is an insatiable workaholic. He probably averages about 3 or 4 hours of sleep per night because he's always working. And on top of that, this young brother's in med school, man. Most med students are so busy with their studies, they don't have time to do anything else. So he's a businessman and a med student. But recently, as some of my Patreon subscribers know, and some of my members of my Facebook group know, he sponsored awards. I want to say he's nicknamed them the Charles Tyler Awards, which was a black male YouTube personality and podcaster that influenced him. And so recently he conducted his first annual Negro Manosphere Awards. He has some awards that he left up for a vote, and then there's going to be other awards he's going to give his own Editor's Choice Awards that he will choose himself. But anyway, the great news is I was able to snag not one, not two, but 3 of the awards in his first annual awards. There were a number of categories. I want to say there was a total, I think there was 9, I want to say 9 or 10 categories total. The 3 categories I was included in was Best Dating Coach on YouTube for 2017, January 1st of 2017 through December 31st of 2017. Best Dating Coach for Men on YouTube. Another award I was included in and I won was the Best or Columnist of the Year. Columnist of the Year for the calendar year 2017. He has a number of freelance writers and columnists on the Negro Manosphere, and I happened to win that award. And then another award, this other award I humbly accept, but honestly, I don't know if I truly deserve it, but I humbly accept it, is simply the Black Male YouTube Personality of the Year for 2017. There was a lot of candidates. This was actually the largest category in terms of number of candidates. This was the largest category. I ended up winning that category. Although, again, there were so many people deserving of that award that I most humbly accept the honor. I almost feel like I'm too one-dimensional to win that award because I only talk about dating and relationships, and there's other black male YouTube personalities that talk about a wide range of subject matter and issues. But I'm appreciative to all those who voted for me, including a lot of my own Patreon subscribers and longtime followers Um, I give kudos to those who were included in the categories with me, such as my fellow Negro Manosphere freelance writers and columnists. In the dating coach category, much respect to both Ron Wills, who I've known for a long time. I've never met him in person, but I've known him through the internet since 2001. He actually gave me some advice on converting my ebook into a paperback back as far back as what, that's 17 years ago, 2001, yeah, Ron Wills. So much respect to him. And yeah, man, it's just cool, man, you know, to see a lot of these brothers, and particularly young brothers, doing their thing. And again, particularly highlighting the editor-in-chief and founder of the website, Oshay Duke Jackson, who's given me nothing but support. He contributed to my income in 2017 and this year as well. Matter of fact, I will say, he, you know, now, with all due respect to my non-black listeners and viewers, you know, a lot of this video podcast I'm going to lightheartedly nickname it the Black episode. The Black episode. Like Jay-Z, if you remember, in 2003, he had the Black album. This is going to be, you know, because I have listeners and viewers from a wide range of racial and ethnic backgrounds. So I don't just have exclusively black male listeners and followers, or black female listeners, viewers and followers. I have many Caucasian supporters and followers. I have many Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and other races, Hispanic. But I was going to say, a lot of black men sometimes get unfair stereotypes in the media. One of them being sometimes that they're lazy and don't make good businessmen. But Oshay Duke Jackson, he's not only always paid me on time for my freelance articles that I write for his site, but he pays me ahead of time, which anybody who's a freelance writer knows that's almost unheard of. That's almost unheard of, to be getting paid before your article is actually published. Because most other sites I've written for, they usually pay me within 24 to 72 hours after my article was published. Sometimes as late as 20 to 30 days after my article was published. But Oshay Duke Jackson and the Negro Manosphere, I receive my payments before my articles are published. So much love and respect to Oshay Duke Jackson. He supported me as a dating coach, as a writer, and honestly, I'm just going to be blunt real here, man. You know, I haven't had too much of that in my career. I really haven't. I mean, if I'm being honest, starting with roughly 2006, in terms of the overall people who supported my career, particularly from a financial standpoint, as both a dating coach and a freelance writer, it has primarily been Caucasian men. It's been Caucasian men, and secondly, I would actually say black women. That's one of the reasons why you never hear me trash black women on my channel, like a lot of black male YouTube personalities do. You'll never hear me trashing black women, because if I'm playing the game of tit for tat, I've had way more black females that have supported my career financially, both as a writer and a dating coach, than I have black men. Not that I haven't had any black men. I've had, some here and there, but, compared to Caucasian men and black women, at best, black men would finish third, if not lower. But since I've come to YouTube, I've gotten a lot of black male support, both, financially as well as just encouragement. And probably the most notable black male supporter of mine, though, goes without question, would be my older brother, Steven. I give him the utmost of props. love, and respect. I mean, he believed in me as a dating coach before I believed in myself. And that's real talk. If you know my backstory and you've read my books, you'll know that it was actually my older brother who first encouraged me to write Mode 1. I had no intentions of writing my first book, Mode 1. I had no intentions of turning that into an ebook or a paperback or anything. Initially, when I wrote down my principles for Mode 1, they were just for myself. They were just for myself. And a little later, I wrote a pamphlet for myself, my brother, and some guys that were working for him in San Diego. But I never, because early on, my main focus career-wise was the entertainment industry. I honestly thought I was going to be either the next Denzel Washington or the next Spike Lee or Ryan Coogler or, I thought I would make my name in the entertainment industry up until around the early 2000s. And, my brother, he was the main one who encouraged me to become a dating coach, particularly after the movie Hitch came out. That was one of the major turning points. When the movie Hitch came out, that's when my brother was like, man, that is you. That is your career, dude. That is what you should be doing. And I've been doing it full time. I started off doing it part time, but I've been doing it full time since July of 2012. So almost 6 years. And I earned my highest income in just last year, 2017, was my highest income as both a professional dating coach and a book author and a freelance writer and columnist. So I want to thank everyone who supported me, not only just, black men and black women, but I want to support every man and woman of any race and ethnicity who has been a long time supporter of mine, people who follow me on Blog Talk Radio for 9 years, anyone who owns all of my ebooks, all of my paperbacks and or all of my audiobooks, who listens to my YouTube podcasts, both the free videos as well as my Patreon exclusive videos. And, I feel inspired to continue to bring you guys some great content where I share a lot of my experiences, my knowledge, my wisdom, my insight, and my general advice. So yeah, that's the main reason why I want to do this video. It's just a big thank you. Thank you again. Thank you to everyone who considers themselves a fan, follower, and supporter of Alan Roger Currie and the Mode 1 philosophy. Now, you know what I'm tempted to do. How much time I'm working with. I said I'm going to try to keep this brief. But I'm not going to I could get long-winded on some stuff because there's some stuff that's transpired just in the last roughly 24 hours. Oshay Duke Jackson last night interviewed another guy who was a up-and-coming YouTube person. As a matter of fact, he won an award. This particular person, he won an award for top newcomer, top up-and-coming YouTube personality. And he was asked a question about my Mode 1 approach. And he expressed a couple of criticisms. They weren't particularly harsh criticisms. Matter of fact, both of them were criticisms, or if not criticisms, philosophical disagreements I've heard before. And I've had, in the last 24 hours, a number of my followers write me asking me my opinion on what he said. Here's what he said. And again, I've been hearing this since like the late 90s. He made the assertion that he believes that the Mode 1 approach only is effective for men who are exceptionally handsome. Exceptionally handsome. Insert dog face here. I'm not going to get lengthy. I'm going to just say I have a number of close friends and acquaintances who have made Mode 1 work for them that do not have marquee movie star looks or look like a health and fitness model. I have a number of male clients who have made Mode 1 work for them who do not have marquee movie star looks or look like a health and fitness model. I know a lot of guys who would be considered average looking that have benefited from my Mode 1 philosophy. Because for that to be true and valid, that assertion, that would be like saying if a guy is average, then he's obligated to lie to women, mislead women, and manipulate women in order to get them in bed. Does anyone listening to me right now believe that to be true? Anyone believe that you have to lie to women and mislead women and manipulate their emotions in order to get them in bed? Raise your hand in my comment section if you truly believe that. That if you're on that mythical scale from 1 to 10, which is usually more so attributed to women's looks, but on that mythical 1 to 10 scale, because he basically said, this personality said that only men who are 9s and 10s can make Mode 1 work for them. So if you're like an 8 or below, Mode 1 would never work for you. When are you guys going to wake up, man? I try my best to wake y'all the fuck up, man. Here's what was interesting. You know, my ear, if one thing my ear has been trained to pick up on is contradictions, inconsistent statements, and contradictory statements. Here's what this YouTube personality said in his interview with Oshay Duke Jackson. I'll probably include the link in my comment section below. In one breath, he said he's a fan of an author and dating advisor named Currie Wayne. And he said one of the things he learned from Currie Wayne is to treat all women the same. Something I've said myself in workshops, and I believe in my books and on my podcast. Like, I don't believe in fawning over any woman. I don't believe in fawning over a woman because she's a 8, 9, or a 10. Most of the time when I deal with women, I treat a woman that's an 8, 9, or a 10 the same way I would a woman who's a 5, 6, or a 7. So if this YouTube personality believes in treating all women the same, why would he feel the need to change his game for women who are more attractive? Huh? Why would he feel the need to lie to the more attractive women, mislead the more attractive women, and basically engage in manipulative head games with the more attractive women as opposed to the more average looking women? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. As you know, my big thing is seduction. Seduction can be thought of as, verbal persuasion. I've given analogies before. I'll give one or two quick analogies right now. Let's say you were talking to a woman who told you initially with firm conviction that she's on a no sugar diet. And so when you offer her a slice of German chocolate cake, she says, no, thank you. I'm on the paleo diet. I'm not eating any sugar right now. Now, if you immediately say, oh, okay, all right, I just thought I'd offer you a slice anyway, but since you let me know you're on a diet, okay. That would be a nice guy thing to do, wouldn't it? Not to tempt her when she's on her paleo diet. That would be the gentlemanly thing to do, wouldn't it? But what if you had worked hard to bake that cake? You had top-notch, high-quality ingredients in that cake. And you just wanted her really badly to taste that cake. So she would tell some of her girlfriends about how great of a baker you are. How great your German chocolate cake is. You want her to know how great that chocolate would taste in her mouth. When you want to challenge her on that, when you want to say, you know you want some of this cake, this rich chocolate, pecans and coconut in the frosting. This cake is so good. Damn, it's good. It's going to make your taste buds just start dancing. You're going to go to bed thinking about how good this cake tastes. Oh shit, this cake is good. You know you want just a little bite, just a sliver of a slice. You know you want some of this German chocolate cake. Now, if she's really self-disciplined, she's still going to be able to resist you. She's still going to say, no, thank you. But if she's just pretending to have conviction, pretending to have self-discipline, don't you think you would be able to break her down? Huh? And get her to eat just a couple of bites of your delicious German chocolate cake? Don't you? Let me give you another analogy before I wrap up. What if I knew a woman that was a former erotic escort and a porn star who was very open-minded, free-spirited, erotically uninhibited? But I paid her money to dress like a very conservative, prudish Sunday school teacher. And I introduced her to you. And I told her to present herself as the epitome of an innocent, wholesome, strictly monogamy-oriented good girl. And say you didn't know her background. Would you be at least tempted to test her? Huh? Would you? Would you want to have a conversation where you can identify where her boundaries are, where her sexual sensibilities are? She might tell you she's only going to have sex with a guy who is her long-term boyfriend or her fiance or husband. But are you going to believe that on face value? You're not going to even test her like not once? Despite the fact that she's adorned in the clothing of an extremely conservative and prudish church-going Sunday school teacher, you're not going to try to test to see if her facades are disingenuous at all? I want you to marinate on that. I want you to marinate on that. And then finally, his second criticism or assertion about Mo 1. He said he thinks Mo 1 makes you come across as overly aggressive or sexually desperate. Really? Really? Insert dog face here. What is overly aggressive about approaching a woman and letting her know you want to share her company for the purpose of exchanging orgasms? What's overly aggressive about that? Huh? When you're in the market for a car, is it overly aggressive to go into a dealership and tell the salesman that you're in the market for a car? When you're looking for a job, is it overly aggressive to let an interviewer know that you're seeking employment? What's overly aggressive about letting someone know in a confident, straightforward manner what your desires, interests, and intentions are? What's desperate about that? I don't approach women and say, hey, I need to have sex with you in the next half hour, the next 2 hours. I have to. I absolutely must. Please, please accommodate me. I gotta have sex with you in the next 60 to 90 minutes. That's sexually desperate. I just let women know I want to please their pussy. And I give them an invitation to contact me when they want me to please their pussy. What's overly aggressive or sexually desperate about that? You tell me. Tell me. And finally, here's where I'm going to wrap up. This same YouTube personality said confidence is bullshit. He said confidence is bullshit. You all know my definition of confidence. Confidence is simply taking action with the expectation of a positive result. Taking action with the expectation of a positive result. So let me ask you this. Are you preparing for your funeral next week? Are you? Wait a minute. You're not preparing for your funeral next week? So you're telling me that you're confident that you're going to be alive past next week? Why? What gives you the confidence? What gives you the belief, the firm belief that you're going to be alive more than 7 days from now? Huh? Do you have concrete evidence that you're going to be alive more than 7 days from now? Or do you just firmly believe that and have a positive expectation that you're going to be alive more than 7 days from now? Huh? How come you're not telling all your friends to prepare to attend your funeral in roughly a week or two? Huh? How come when you wake up in the morning, you firmly believe that you're going to remain alive all day and for the remainder of the week? Share that with me. Because I believe such confidence is bullshit. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Why would any human being believe they're going to be alive for more than 7 days? So you do have the confidence that you're going to live, the positive expectation that you're going to live another 7 days, another 14 days, another 21 days, another year, another 2 years, another 3 years. I want to know what gives you that confidence. What concrete evidence gives you the confidence to believe that you're going to live a long, enjoyable, satisfying, and productive life? What gives you that confidence? Share that with Alan Roger Currie. Share that with Alan Roger Currie in the comments section, where you get this magical confidence that your life is not going to end within the next 7 to 10 days. On that note, Alan Roger Currie once again thanks everyone who voted for me for my 3 awards. Again, much love to Oshay Duke Jackson in the Negro Manosphere. Much love and respect to all my Patreon subscribers, my longtime followers and supporters, my older brother, all my close friends. Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of your week. I'm going to be coming with a Patreon live stream on Thursday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Patreon exclusive live stream at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Until then.
Yes, sir.
Say it again.
Yes, sir.
Who's the king?
Alan, you're the king.
Say it again.
Alan, you're the king. You're dominating me.
Say it again.
Alan, you're dominating me right now. Mode 1.
Mode 1.
Daddy, can I go, please? You're the king.
Say it again.
Oh, you're the fucking king. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You're the king, Alan.
AKA the king of verbal seduction. You know, it's the tone of your voice, how seductive your intonations are, the vibrations that you could just reach out over the phone lines and stroke a woman's breast just by the sound of your voice, how you could make her pussy so wet just by the sound of your voice. That's actually very hot.
So you said my show was what?
I said your show is powerful.
Oh, say it again.
Your show is powerful.
I bet the king would fuck me really good.
Oh, yeah. Who's the king?
Alan Roger Currie.
Oh, yeah. Who's the king?
Alan Roger Currie. The king.
The king.
The king.